Well, hey there. In this video, we are calling all Etsy designers and sellers. If you are on the Etsy platform right now, or even thinking about getting onto the Etsy platform because there's so many things going around on social media, YouTube, Instagram, explaining how you can sell print on demand products on Etsy, I think you maybe want to reconsider your options because we have an opportunity for you to get onto Zazzle, which is a completely different platform that is all inclusive, all in one. So forget about Printful, forget about Printfy, forget about Shopify and or creating your own Etsy store and paying for listings because Zazzle's absolutely free and you can do it all on their own platform. My name is Jennifer Clarke and this is Elke Clarke, and her and I are a mother-daughter duo team, and we mentor and coach people on how to make money online with Zazzle by creating profitable businesses to create passive online income. And welcome.
Well, welcome, and welcome to you. And yes, stay to the very end because we have a lot of different ways that we can help you get started on Zazzle if that's what you want to do. The other thing that we want to clear up right away is that, yes, we are on Zazzle. We have been on Zazzle for a long time, actually since 2008, made a lot of money on Zazzle ourselves. We did have Etsy stores
Yeah.
and very quickly realized that why bother? I know that there's a lot more traffic on the platform for sure, but it's getting quite crowded. It's there's you have to get the listing seen, and to make the sales is like really tough already,
Mhm.
unless you're very good at algorithms and paying for ads and things like that, which we just didn't want to bother with after a while. And then the second thing is that once you actually, even if you set it up as mainly like automated, if you're still happy to do that on Etsy, why not check out Zazzle as a second source of income? So all of these things are going to make you want to stay all the way to the end while we discuss this. So let's get
Mhm.
started.
All right. So the first one that we want to talk about is why use Zazzle. And like I mentioned, if you don't know what Zazzle is, it's a print on demand platform. So you can go to Zazzle.com right after watching this video and explore. And it offers the opportunity for you to create an account and open up a store absolutely for free and start posting products for sale. It's an all-inclusive all-in-one online platform for print on demand, which means that they actually source their own products and have relationships with manufacturers. And so you don't have to go to other platforms or websites to try and find products. There's over 1,500 different product types and styles on the Zazzle platform for you to choose from t-shirts all the way to wine labels and all the way to, apparel and accessories, duvet covers, home decor. There are so many different options for you. So it's not just a t-shirt store, because a lot of people think that print on demand is just, t-shirts and things like that. So you can get away from just selling t-shirts on Etsy. The second one is, did I say it's absolutely for free? Yeah, you can open up a store. You can do it anywhere in the world as long as you have internet access and a computer, obviously, or an iPad, laptop, tablet. And then it is internationally known. So they ship all around the world, and they have different relationships with, manufacturers, even in Europe. And so people can buy all around the world. So you can have clients potentially who are buying your products from Australia, from France, from Spain, from North America, South America, all of those places. And it is a reputable company that's been around since 2000 and what is it, 5?
5. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is it's a private company, right? It's not publicly traded or anything like that. And there's no fees. So that's a big one too. With an Etsy store, you have to pay for each listing, and your listings actually expire at certain points if you don't either sell or if the listing expires, right? And so Zazzle's products are up and there forever pretty much. If you keep them active, then they're absolutely for free for you to post for sale. So you can have as many products pretty much as you want. There is a limit, of thousands and thousands and thousands of products.
100,000.
100,000 products. However, there's no limit. So you don't pay for any of your listings. So you can have fun and play around and create and curate your store by, exploring with the platform. Plus, in addition to all of that, you can design the products in their platform. So they have a really wonderful design tool. So pretty much kind of like Canva or Photoshop, if you've used any of those programs, which means that you don't need to buy a program to create products on Zazzle. And you don't even need to use Canva, because that's also what's floating around on the internet these days, is that people are telling people to go to Canva, download the image, and then upload it to your product, which you can definitely do on your Zazzle products, but you can create them in the design tool on Zazzle, and it's interactive drag and drop. And they have text and fonts and different graphics that you can use, which is really wonderful. Anything else I've missed?
Well, not graphics, shapes, right? Yeah.
Shapes, sorry. Yeah.
The customer can use graphics, but we can't use some graphics that they have for the customer to make products that we can sell. We have to buy our own graphics if we want to have something in addition to,
Mm-hmm.
but or make your own, right? What else are we missing? Oh, quick thing. A lot of people are always asking, because we get people from all over the world listening to these. You do need a way to get paid that's going to be from an American source. So if you don't have PayPal or the ability for Zazzle to send you a check, then you've got to figure out that might be your only limiting factor. But also, I wanted to just say, customer service, customer fulfillment,
Oh, yeah.
tax collection, all those things Zazzle does. And so
Yeah, as soon as you
never,
post your
yeah,
product for sale, you don't have to worry about shipping or handling, customer service, returns. It's just out there, and Zazzle handles everything, and you just get the royalty in your inbox, which is really wonderful.
yeah.
What's a cool thing?
Couple things more. Yeah, I think it's like 2.5 years that your listings are active, unless you've sold something, then that's always active. Because
Mhm.
Jen and I, we still sell stuff we made back in 2009 and 10. It's awesome
Yeah.
because it allows you to have this make once, earn often
Mhm.
kind of approach to the business. And that's what we've, like, from the very beginning, that's what we absolutely loved about Zazzle, is that you're not constantly spinning your wheels. You can build on your inventory and you can make it work for you at years and years later, which is
Yeah.
different than what the cash grab kind of mentality is now. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to, like, this is trending. This is already sold so much because I found this on Everbee or any of the other Etsy analysis programs, and then people are going to go like, I can make this just as well in Canva, which, by the way, don't copy, because that's against copyright rules. But if you made an honest version that's now your own, and you think that now this is going to sell because this other thing sold, you're taking your chances. You're not really guaranteed that. Whereas if you just sit down and go like, what am I going to serve the customer with? What's unique and different that's going to make the customer buy from me? And you actually set it up and build it as a business, not only will you be selling things on the Zazzle platform year after year after year, but we've had our clients and people that we know that have Zazzle accounts, license their products for millions of dollars because they, came up with Grumpy Cat, or because that's what happened actually, and other things where you don't even know what's going to be a possibility for you, just because you're getting to use this international platform to make yourself famous and create a brand. It's not just about selling, two different things in your Etsy store and cashing out.
Mhm.
That's what we love about Zazzle. It literally allows you to create a business, and it's not just an Etsy store.
Yeah. And coming back to the design once and sell often or sell multiple times, on Etsy, you have to sell, if you're going to create digital downloadables, you have to sell the template for the person, and they don't actually get to see what that looks like in real time with their own additional information or the changes that they made. Zazzle's real time, like its technology is real time, which is actually the first of its kind. No other platform really exists like that. Maybe now the
Starting.
starting, but you have a template, let's say for a baby shower invitation, and you have the opportunity to input your own information. And so the template that you've created as a designer literally changes in front of the customer's eyes to input their own name, their own information, and so they can see what the end result will look like. And that helps sell the product so much more, because a lot of people are hesitant to buy a template that they don't know what it will look like until they actually purchase it and spend the money. But here they get to actually have that confidence that this is what they want and this is what the product will look like in the end. So I think
I
that's
know,
great.
it's such a game changer, right? Like, our conversion rates for selling our products and for our clients that are doing really well, it's like 20 to 30%. That's unheard of from like a cold traffic conversion rate is usually 1%. So
Yeah.
that is one of the factors that contributes to that, is the customer being able to see the changes as they're making them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the second one here is the benefits of Zazzle over Etsy, which we kind of really touched on a whole
Yeah.
bunch there in the first point. But the fact that it's completely free, the fact that there's so much more flexibility in terms of, first of all, designing and having everything done for you, like the product sourcing, then the shipping and handling, manufacturing, all of that. Then you have the ability to list as many products as you want, up to 100,000, and that Zazzle has over 1,500 product types and styles for you to choose from to design. And the fact that you just have everything all in one. Plus, actually, we didn't touch on it, but Zazzle does its own marketing for you, right? You have the opportunity to post a product for sale on Zazzle. And because Zazzle is earning money from your sale as well, because you're earning a royalty, they are adamant at marketing products that are posted for sale on their website through external advertising, through affiliate marketing, and all of these things, because they want their designers and sellers to sell, because it helps both benefit, right? Designers and the Zazzle platform. And so they do external and internal marketing. And so you don't technically need to have an Instagram account or a social media account that has 1 million followers for you to gain traffic to your store, because it already exists on Zazzle in the marketplace.
And I think, all of these benefits, and that's what we haven't talked about. We kind of list them and then we assume everyone understands what that means. It means more time to
Mm-hmm.
actually like do more like revenue generating actions, rather than worrying about, fulfillment or sourcing things or whatever. Instead, you're just actively generating inventory
Mm-hmm.
that is going to allow you to sell more.
No, you're very right. We don't really relate it to those things because Elke and I, we already know, we're like, well, we had Etsy stores, and I remember figuring out how to do promotion for it. And I remember at the way back when we were actually making physical products. So remembering that I had to figure out how much money it would be for shipping for a certain person in the United States, and how I would get it there, and how much money it would charge. And so those are all of these things that are obstacles, and also things that people think about when they have an Etsy store, that Elke and I, we just have those zero responsibility for so many things on Zazzle, just the responsibility of curating our store and producing really good designs that serve a customer's need, so that we can create them as intentional products and then potentially get them to be high conversion rate, which is what you want to focus on. Having an online store and having a passive income or a print on demand, platform influence is like, it's a business that we wanted to create so that we have more time freedom and location freedom, right? And Etsy has a lot of, things that sort of hinder that effect, right? And Zazzle has so many benefits that allow you to have that time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom too.
I know. I always watch these videos on Instagram where they're going like, um, making all my orders today, and then they're like
I know.
surrounded by boxes and
Got a million boxes in there.
vegetables, and they're going like, "Look at me, I'm having so much fun." It's like, no, like, sorry, but you're not using your business skills properly. You're just becoming a worker that's putting stuff on on boxes. Like, you
Stickers,
could
yeah.
products, you could, I mean, marketing, you could have some free time. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no, I know it looks lucrative because you're like, wow, they're selling a lot. But then you think their entire house is filled with boxes, and somehow they have to get those boxes into their car and drive to the mail station, ship them
none of
off.
that. Yeah. I just we just collect the money.
Yeah. And so here at number 3 are your options. And we want to talk about what you can do as an Etsy seller, or someone who is thinking about getting into print on demand and has, been dabbling into Printful and Printify and looking at all of these really flashy Instagram reels that say, oh, it's so easy to make, an online store with print on demand. But if you think about all those working parts, and also how to market yourself, because you can't just make a viral t-shirt like that, that literally Instagram reels are showing you how to do, and expect to make thousands and thousands of dollars right off the bat. It doesn't work that way. They make it look very flashy. But Zazzle, like Etsy versus Zazzle, and allowing you to make that choice and to move to maybe a different platform that allows you more freedom and financial possibilities and all of those things. So here are some of your options, which we can talk about right now.
Well, the first one is definitely open up a Zazzle store, right? Your first option is don't bother. Just stay on Etsy. Yeah, because there are very successful Etsy sellers. But if you're, thinking I can either add more or I'm kind of getting tired of Etsy and I'll try this, those are your two situations, right? We have coached people and know of people that have both successful Zazzle and Etsy stores.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've actually also, like, for a lot of people in the last year or two, actually, have just said, well, as much as I'm making a lot of money on Etsy, I really want to diversify into Zazzle, right? And so some of them have tried on their own initially, which is an option for you as well. Just give it a shot. But what happens is it's a very different platform. It's interesting because even though it's print on demand, both of them, even if all you're doing is selling digital products on Etsy, switching over to Zazzle it's almost like a little bit of a mystery. First of all, there's a lot of things you have to teach yourself, right? You don't need to do half the things that you normally would have to do to make a digital product and sell it on Etsy, compared to like having files ready for people or liaison with the printing company, etc., in terms of what you need to do. But now, like with Zazzle, it's like almost an undoing that you need initially, so that you really understand what you do need to do. And that's where a lot of our coaching comes in, is just helping people transition really quickly. One of the ways you can do it is literally take our course, which is a nice way to sort of introduce yourself to Zazzle. But a lot of people actually choose our one-on-one coaching program because they just go like, well, tell me what to do. Because it's not just a matter of opening up a store, putting some products up. It's also understanding market research, understanding which products from Etsy actually will really transfer well to the Zazzle marketplace. Which ones do you do first? When should you do them? How do you go about it? Should we have like one product going, 10 products going at the same time for like the same products? One product or 10 for this like one version or something like that. And then also, do you put everything from your Etsy store into that you can onto the Zazzle platform? So there's all these pros and cons, and depending on your niche and niche, and the other nuances, like how much were you making on Etsy, and what happened? Is it starting to wane or is it going up? And knowing that you don't want to undo what you have success on Etsy, but you want to diversify, or it's going down on Etsy and you just want to like increase your income really fast because you want to make up for what you're losing on Etsy. So all of those are what makes the one-on-one coaching that we do and we love doing so viable, because people don't want to waste time, right? You're in the midst of being a successful Etsy seller and you just want to get it done and see if it works, right? And this is where we come in as liaisons. So that's your option. So do it yourself. There's some courses out there that we offer that are for complete beginner. Just tell me what I need as a beginner. I got the rest. There's a more intensive course where it's, like, oh, I didn't realize all this stuff was available for me on Zazzle. I can just expand like what I was doing on Etsy is like 10% of what I could actually do here on Zazzle. So if that's the case, then our print on demand, our Profit by Design Academy coaching program is super, super good. And then if someone just says, hey, I've got a very complex situation, I need to do XYZ and I need it done yesterday, then obviously we can't make any income claims and you have to do the work. But we're very good at helping people transition over and reclaim their income if they want to shut down their Etsy store, or if they want to have something working there and equal or more earnings on Zazzle, which is awesome.
I'll just leave it really quickly with a little story from one of our clients who recently jumped into our coaching program, had no idea who we were. She found us on YouTube, fell in love with our personalities and how we spoke and how we presented ourselves, and then came into our coaching program, spend, I think, 1 week in the coaching program, was like, I'm all in and I want more help. And she ended up coming into our one-on-one coaching program. So like our coaching program, which is our yearly coaching program, and then one-on-one private coaching is what she jumped right into, because she knew that she was dedicated and wanted it to work. And she's an Etsy seller previously, and she really needed that one-on-one attention to figure out how to take her Etsy designs that were working for her and selling for her and switch them over onto the Zazzle platform and then do different variations of them. And she just really wanted to make it like, she knew that she needed to invest in herself because she knew that Etsy was working for her, but she's really fed up with the platform because of the way that it is. She doesn't want to deal with all of the different fees and the fines and all of that stuff. And she wants to now transition into more of a passive online income stream with print on demand. And she sees the options that on Zazzle are so much more of it, like lucrative, I want to call it, because there she can sell to so many different people. She can sell different templates. There's different options for her. She can even make more products because her whole store was based on stationery and printables, because that's what she can like sell as downloadables. Now she's doing wine labels, she's doing foam boards, she's doing, reception cards, party favors, all of these things. And she's just so over the moon with the fact that she can take her wedding suites and wedding invitations that we're selling on Etsy and now expand them and actually multiply her sales by selling different products that were never available on the Etsy platform unless she physically made them herself. And so that being said, she jumped right in without really knowing who we were, but she knew that she needed the structure and the guidance and the proven plan. And she came across us on YouTube, and she fell in love with us. And she is thriving right now, and so exciting to see her every month with our one-on-one private coaching program, to see how much she's flourished and how much more progress she's gotten into. And she's selling, and this is not making any income claims, but she is selling the products that we have told her to make because we know that they will work for her. And so if you are interested in coming into our one-on-one private coaching, then you should definitely email us or go to our website. The website's in the description of this video, and get some more information on how we can help you, because having that one-on-one coaching and being in that space where you're literally just me, Elke, and yourself, where we can really hone in on what details to give you for your Zazzle store, is so worth it, because you will definitely see results. And the guidance that we give you is 100% focused, laser focused on you and your store, right? It's not a cookie cutter, like, okay, this is your actions, go for it. This is where Elke and I go into your store. We tell you the products that you need to make. We tell you the niches that you need to get into. We tell you all of the things. Like, it's just, whatever. One-on-one coaching, one-on-one private coaching is like the best option for anyone who wants to really jumpstart their business in a more personalized way.
Yeah, and you have to understand, some people hear coaching and then they say, oh, someone's just going to go like, good job.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about this? That's not the way we coach. No, we're in there like a dirty shirt. We keep you accountable. We see potential. We tell you how to build it out. We give you, go buy this design or add this to your repertoire or check it this, because the competition is coming, and so you need to do X, Y, Z in order to make sure you stay on the top of the the seller list. And yeah, that's our coaching.
Yeah. So if you want some more,
yeah, and most people have so much to do within that month in between, that they're just happy to have that space, because they get a huge to-do list when they leave each meeting.
yeah.
And then those things start to flourish for them. As I said, we can't make any income claims whatsoever. But like, so far, our client results are pretty darn good.
Yeah. So if you want some more information on one-on-one private coaching, you can go to our website and grab our email, and or comment below here. And then if you want any of the other information, there's some free downloadables for you. But this is a video not just to give you free information, but to help you understand that you need to maybe invest in yourself if you want your business to go forward. Just actually watched, just to wrap up, a presentation by Tony Robbins. He's doing a live, webinar presentation for anyone right now during the time of this recording. And he told a story about how he wanted to get into coaching and wanted to take a seminar from another gentleman when he was younger. And the gentleman said that you have to pay for it. And he's like, well, I'll pay you back, or I'll work for you, or all these things. And he was like, well, you can't do that. And I'm not giving it to you for free, because first of all, I'm not your bank. But then second of all, if you don't pay for it or find a way to figure out how much hunger hunger you have for this thing where you'll find the money or you'll make the money, you'll never appreciate it and you'll never actually take it for what it's worth. You're just going to take advantage of it and then never use it or implement it. And so that's where coming into the understanding that if you are owning a Zazzle store and want it to work for you, it might not be on your radar that you need a Zazzle coach, but this is the video for you to say that this is something that is very important if you want to create a viable business with a platform on Zazzle.
Yes, it's not a sales pitch. We'll be here when you're ready.
Yeah.
It's just, in the meantime, all these people are signing up and doing so much better. So,
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
bye.